Greetings. Welcome to our channel Kiy NY7. Doing a live stream. Has to do with a whole lot of murders going on. I hope folks are being safe and hope y'all are doing well. There's been many mysterious deaths going on, and particularly having to do with Black bodies. I wanted to particularly highlight someone that's been so active and great in the community, NFL player slash activist, Colin Kaepernick. He stepping in. He thinks there's some foul, just see if there's foul play going on with the most recent incidents. So we'll get right into that. You see on the thumbnail, I put date death. There's been a couple of strong back-to-back deaths with Black women at the hands of a white man. No one knows much about what's going on with them, or what, it's just been crazy. And the last one seems like they're trying to cover up just how heinous this last act was. So we're gonna get right into that.
Kiy NY7. Kiy NY7.
And new tonight, former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick is taking action in the case of Trey Reed, the student who was found dead hanging from a tree at Delta State University. Today, attorney Ben Crump announced that Kaepernick said he will pay for an independent autopsy. Thursday, the Cleveland Police Department said the medical examiner's findings are consistent with what investigators initially determined, that this was not the result of a crime. Investigators are still waiting for toxicology results, which could take up to 4 weeks. However, Crump said Reed's family has serious concerns after not getting enough information about the circumstances of Reed's death. The second autopsy will be funded by Colin Kaepernick's Know Your Rights Camp Autopsy Initiative. Cleveland police officials said investigation materials have been shared with the FBI for review.
Greetings again. Welcome to Kiy NY7 channel. I was just showing a briefing of Colin Kaepernick, who is an NFL player, and he turned activist. I remember years ago he took a knee, and when he did, I took notice. I'm someone too that believes in justice and everything, and I wasn't standing for the Pledge of Allegiance any longer myself. Here I just want to go over some of the things too. He does a lot in the community. Does services through Know Your Rights Camp, youth education, legal defense initiative, philanthropic donations, a lot of great things this man has done and is doing over the years. So what's been gaining national attention most recently, as I just showed, is that he is participating in paying for an independent autopsy, because we had two young Black men that were found hung on the same day. So we had that going on. So I wish this would stop moving around on me. So it was crazy because I typed in 2 Black men found hung same day. So they send me gay websites, some other type of hookup sites. I'm like, why are they sending me this? I'm trying to get, I want to get the names again because it's been and have my information right. I'm like, they got me thinking I'm talking some other stuff. Like, no, can you? But all right, we'll go right here. Okay. Both in Mississippi. I didn't know one was a homeless man found hanging from the trees. One of them was a college student, and the family even said that he was fine. They remember him actually being very excited about college and starting just a whole new life. That's what was going on, and that's all they knew.
From a tree on his college campus. We can bring up a photo of the deceased. This is Demartravian Trey Reed, tragically found hanging from a tree. And there was no world where that was not going to be for his family and his friends an absolutely terrible development. But somehow it's become even worse as the days have gone on. New details have come out, and a lot of people are wondering if we actually know anything like what really happened there. But first, the initial details. Reed is a student at Delta State University, found dead hanging from a tree near the college's pickleball courts in the morning of Monday, September 15th. So to start this week, an attorney representing Reed's family said that the Grenada County Sheriff's Department informed the family that Trey was found dead in his dorm room in his bed, which was very, very not true. Reed's grandfather, J.B. Reed, said the comment was made by a member of the Bolivar County Sheriff's Department and that, quote, he didn't even say possible suicide, he said suicide. And so where the body was found, they were lied to about that. The level of certainty that they could possibly have about the actual events leading up to the death, the cause of the death, potentially quite overstated. Now, when asked about the discrepancy about where Reed's body was found at a press conference on Wednesday, this is yesterday, Delta State's Director of Public Safety, Mike Peeler, said he did not have knowledge of any calls Reed's grandfather received. So look, he's either pleading in ignorance there or implying that the grandfather is wrong or making it up. I don't know. But lawyers are now calling for any video evidence to be released. During the press conference, Peeler confirmed that there was video in the hands of investigators, but didn't elaborate on the nature of the footage. And I, to the day I die, will never understand in these critical moments when people have very justifiable concerns about what actually happened, you can be sitting on video evidence and just not want to release it. We do know that there have been cases, including in Chicago, where they sit on it for a really long time, specifically because it leads to conclusions that people are concerned about. I don't know in this particular case if that is the case, but if you have evidence one way or the other, how are you not making clear as people, not only in that community, but around the country are fearing the worst? Now, as is always the case, social media is going to fill in the information vacuum. And there are some social media posts that are alleging that Reed had 2 broken legs and additional injuries that would have made it impossible for him to hang himself. Now, the county coroner's office is saying that he did not suffer any lacerations, contusions, compound fractures, broken bones, or injuries consistent with an assault. So they are implying that that social media information is inaccurate. Maybe they're right, maybe they're not. Again, people need more information to be clear. And Peeler, in that yesterday press conference, maintained that officials do not believe there was any foul play involved in this. And again, it's possible that they're right, but they've already lied about part of it. They already tried to conceal, in a way that I don't even understand how it would be possible to conceal, the actual method of death. Even if they believe that he took his own life, the fact that you would lie to the family about the nature of it, who the hell are you to make that decision? And then there are other explanations as to why you might do that go far beyond just trying to control the messaging. Maybe they do have information. Maybe they do have evidence. And we'll see.
2 men living in the state of Mississippi have been found dead hanging from a tree. The first one, Demartravian Reed, better known as Trey, was a 21-year-old black student who went to Delta State University. Delta State University police were made aware of his death at 7:05 a.m. on September 15th. His body was found near the pickleball courts located on Delta State campus. Initially, online rumors were swirling around that Reed had suffered from injuries on different parts of his body. The police claimed that there was no foul play. In a statement by the coroner, coroner's office, Reed had no injuries that were, quote, consistent with an assault, end quote, but that the death took place on Sunday, September 14th. Delta State University's police chief said during a news conference on Monday that the cause of death was suicide. But that hasn't stopped people online from speculating whether or not that was truly the cause of death. It should be noted that the coroner has not ruled on Reed's cause of death. His body will be sent to the Mississippi State Crime Lab for an autopsy. If this story wasn't disturbing enough, on the very same day, a 36-year-old white man named Corey Zucaitis was also found hanged from a tree in Vicksburg, Mississippi at 1:30 p.m. According to Warren County Sheriff Martin Pace, his body was discovered in an area where he had been living, as Zucaitis was reportedly homeless. His body, too, was sent to the state crime lab for an autopsy. As of now, the police haven't stated any connection between the two deaths, but as these stories evolve, we here at Complex will keep you up to date.
As I've just played, those are the two Black men found hung, two different places in Mississippi. Like I said, the first one was a college student. It's not adding up. It's just not making sense. I'll get some of the family's reaction coming up. It is an open chat room too. I'm just going over a lot of mystery deaths that have been going on recently and how they're downplaying some of them. So let me get to... Oh, and like I said, if you notice in the in my thumbnail, I had hanging from the tree, so we got the news. I put date deaths. I got to pull it up, see the other ones. There's been an increase that I've been seeing with Black women out. They're linking up with these cavemen, and then we don't see them again. All right, I thought I had the video ready for that. All right, my bad. Give me a second. Thanks for tuning in too. Appreciate it.
With a tragic end to a missing persons case in the city of Vallejo, a woman's body was found in a home that police had previously searched. 28-year-old Renea Lewis was reported missing on Sunday. Vallejo police first checked the home that very same day and then found nothing at the time. But when police searched the home a second time 2 days later, there was a hidden door that led to a gruesome discovery. Police say that they have arrested a suspect and that he admitted to that homicide. Amanda Harry went to the home where neighbors are laying flowers in her memory.
Here on 14th Street in Vallejo, we have a missing person sign for Lewis, just feet away from what now has become a growing memorial. There are flowers and candles that people have been dropping off all day.
I mean, it's the proper thing to do, especially if you're from Vallejo. Whether you knew the person or not, I mean, we're all human.
Kiy NY7 says, as a lifelong Vallejo resident and a mother, this homicide feels personal. She didn't know 28-year-old Renea Lewis, but she can't help but think about what happened to her in this home.
The main question, like anybody else, is why? What was the purpose? You know, I wouldn't want to find my daughter like that.
Vallejo police received a missing persons report about Lewis on Sunday. That same day, their investigation led officers to this yellow home near 14th Street and Campbell Avenue. They conducted a welfare check and did what police called a cursory search, but found no signs of Lewis. On Tuesday, with the FBI now joining the case, detectives were back at the home with a search warrant. This time, they discovered a concealed entry into an attic. That's where they made the grisly discovery.
I don't want to get into the owner of the home, but it's a shed in the back of the house that was designed for a resident.
Rashad Hollis with Vallejo Police says Lewis's body was found in an attic within a living area in the back of the home. Additional information led police to a suspect.
Now, let's get clear what they haven't been mentioning and they're downplaying. This Black woman was young, I think she was 27 years old. They don't know how they knew each other. They got tipped off because someone knew what he did. They told about him, right? They went to the house. They checked the house, they claim, left. Then they got sent back to the house. Then they go upstairs in the attic and say that there was a secret wall. She wasn't just found there. Let's make it clear. Her body was dismembered. That wasn't enough. The dismemberment wasn't enough. She was then nailed. So everything had to keep going through her Black skin. She was nailed to the wall. And you're right. I saw somebody in the chat earlier said, I just saw that, that wasn't a suicide, the first case. This is madness. They just kept saying, yeah, we found her. Yeah, that was gruesome. That was, they kept like downplaying the details so much to the point where you have to really listen. And it depends on which media outlet you're using, or you won't even know how bad her body was. Like, what are you talking about? This is crazy, but it keeps being more and more.
41-year-old Douglas Irwin Shaw. He was arrested shortly after at his workplace.
He was Mirandized and admitted to this heinous crime.
Brooke Hayes says she didn't know Lewis, but had mutual friends. She says the whole community is impacted by this loss.
It's really sad, and it's really scary for a lot of these young ladies out here on the streets of Vallejo. Vallejo is a small community, so it really shook the whole community up, and everybody was doing their best to try to find her. And it's just so sad that she was just around the corner.
Isom Reyes feels for her family and says what they'll have to go through over the coming days and weeks is unimaginable.
And then her birthday was coming up really soon, so that in itself is hard to deal with. So we're just all showing our love and support to the family.
Lewis's death marks Vallejo's 14th homicide of 2025.
Shaw is being held at the Solano County Jail without bail. His next court appearance is scheduled for tomorrow.
So there, you just heard that. That's been the latest. That's been a very, very gruesome murder that just occurred. The last time I gave details on a murder, it was another caveman, and he totally dismembered this young, beautiful Black woman, and they still haven't found her head. I mean, you don't hear any other groups. When is the last time? Because then I was like, okay, I deal with a lot of race issues. You can't help but to, because I look for the truth in things. I've always been smacked in the face with it, and I want it there because I want to know the truth. Why is it that I can't see or picture or think of a case where other groups of women have been mutilated like we're seeing today? Why is it that I can't put my finger on no other women that have been abused in these type of ways? Yes, there have been couples that have done stuff to each other, married people, or there has been other cases. Yes, there's billions of people in the world. But what I'm saying is there's something about getting comfortable, not realizing you're in the cave with a caveman, and then he beats you over the head and takes you out, and then it's never enough. The way they're finding these bodies doesn't make any sense. You have to speak on it. You have to look into stuff like this. You have to be aware and protect yourself, especially if you're a Black woman. Because I feel like there's not too many people protecting us, period. We're not going to play this game like there's so many people protected, like they do other groups. I love our men, but I'm telling you, I'm trying to figure this out too myself. It's like they ain't even really around like that. And if you was, you got to teach your daughters the right thing. And you could date outside your race, but you have to know who you're dating or whatever this is. Going to people's house that you don't know, like there's a lot of stuff maybe people did years ago. You can't really do that like that no more. The online dating thing that most people do, whether they're supposed to or not, y'all are the ones like risking your lives every time you go meet up with somebody, damn near. The family said they don't know this man. They do not know this man. I want to show the other part. So let me go to the other thing that I wanted to show. Oops, I didn't do that. That's how I'm okay, good. Again, his name is Douglas Irwin. I'm not gonna say his whole name. He was the incident occurred September 30th. He was arrested October 1st. His court date was October 2nd. I ended up falling asleep too. I meant to come on. I wanted to do some live footage of while he was in court because I figured out how to get in on the Zoom. Yeah, I already said that. He nailed her body to a secret wall in the attic. And this was in Solano, California. And that was just this week, just days ago. I know some people can't handle the truth. That's on them. All right. Before I go to, I wanted to look into something too. Some things are deeper than they are. Some people are just out here taking people out and there's no reason. But I also feel like I believe in spirituality. And I know that there's people that do things as sacrificial. It has to do with dismemberment. That's why I have this article up real quick. New studies reveal pre-Columbia. So they're saying like I have some information too. Dismemberment with rituals. People did this centuries ago, thousands of years ago. It was to appease deities. The Greeks did it. Ecuadorians did it to possibly gain supernatural support. There was reasons people did this. They did this because they believed in it. They believed in doing stuff to other humans, not just animals. So honestly, I feel like some of this is coming back. If you come from generations of people that may have did practices, did rituals, or even recently, it don't have to be ancient. You think that don't rub off on their next generation? The New York Post, so I just showed y'all from medium.com. The New York Post, successful cavemen were killers. That's one of the provocative theories outlined. Sons of Cain, yada, 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 2004. So basically, this is an article about the aggression, sexualization, sexual aggression, cannibalism, necrophilia. A lot of this was based and originated mostly with cavemen. When I say cavemen, I'm not just saying it to be funny. I am saying it to be funny, but I'm also saying it because I'm being honest. Come on. This isn't normal. There's nothing's normal about it. And it's been kept too quiet. Like I see it on certain channels, but it's like, no, we could do better. No. One more, ritual killing. Ritual killings refer to the murder of human beings as part of a religious or spiritual or medicinal rite. The practice existed thousands of years ago, which I just mentioned in various cultures. So they talk about the different ones. I just did all those too. Yeah, so it's just being aware, I feel like, and honestly, if people are dating and you meeting people online, like let somebody know. We're so independent and individual, and that's a good thing. Like me, I'm very private. But at the same time, like if something is going on, I want to hook up with somebody. I'm not doing it anyway, but I'm just saying, y'all need to let somebody know. Let them know I'm gonna hit you up around this time. If they don't hear from you and they reach out to you and can't reach you, y'all gotta take it seriously. It's one after another, and they're coming more close together. That's what I'm seeing. Do an article about blacks in Chicago. Oh, please be specific. Please don't tell me what to do. Yeah, so and anyway, most of Chicago arrests are illegal immigrants, and those are most of the Hispanic culture. Yeah. So I do have the data on all of this. We know what the number one threat has been and is in America, but it's changing. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. And this is Los Angeles Times. I'll just a recap right here. Missing California woman behind secret wall inside the home. Yeah. So I just wanted to touch on that and at least give credit to Colin Kaepernick for stepping forward. You know, we have ignorant people that sometimes, you know, the cavemen and women, they come through my chat. You know, they be everywhere. It doesn't matter. You know, the truth is always going to prevail and set the good people free. It always will. You demons will never win. Like, are you crazy? Am I talking about all of a race? No. Y'all know the demons that I'm talking to. You know who you are. Let me pull him up. Let me take him on down. Goodbye. Colin Kaepernick. So he's been doing so much in recent years, and in some years back. Once this hit, I really saw all the work that he's done in the community, and it just was, you know, it's just a proud feeling, and I got to give him credit. You know, sometimes people aren't really getting credit these days. People be at each other's throats so much, but I just give him credit. I'm thankful. I want to see what happens with the autopsy with this young man that was found hung by what did they say, pickleball sport? That's a sport I remember it was like white people just play pickle sport. I guess more people are learning it now, but the whole thing is just so shady and wrong. So we'll find out what happened. Another thing that's been holding families back from real information is you have to get your own independent autopsy done sometimes. You can't just rely on people that are paid through the state and whatnot. We can't do that sometimes. Checking for organs too. There's been organ harvesting. So you want to just make sure everything, these are just extra things that Black people particularly go through and have gone through. So, you know, but credit to him. Appreciate what he's doing. And I'll stay tuned on any new information that'll be coming from that case. The other final thing was the Texas bayou bodies. There was a lot going on with the Texas bayous where bodies were being found. And when I started looking up some things and information, because the police are swearing that it's not a serial killer and stuff, and people are getting really worried. When I was looking into it, it looks like the geography of where the location is could be the reason behind the deaths, some of them possibly because there was a lot of flooding. But I don't know. That was just a theory that I am putting out there, because I'm not just going to say, oh, it has to be somebody killing Black people. They're not all Black. I wish they would give us more information so I would have more to go on. But there has been excessive flooding, so much to where they're still finding bodies. Well, they were in Texas, but I haven't heard of any recent findings other than in these bayous. So I want to show that before we go.
People in the city are afraid that there is someone dangerous out on the loose. Is that now in the push for more information about people found dead in different bayous around Houston? Officials say 6 bodies have been found in Houston's bayous within just 2 weeks, and records show at least 22 deaths in Houston bayous so far this year. Let's bring in CBS News national reporter Karen Waugh live for us now from Houston. Karen, understandably, many people in the city are afraid that there is someone dangerous out on the loose. Is that a theory?
That's definitely a theory, Elizabeth, but Houston officials say that is not the case. They say these 22 deaths are not related. Officials are really trying to stop these rumors that there's a serial killer on the loose in the city. But understandably, people are afraid that violent crime is growing. You can just imagine 22 deaths in this year alone in nearby bayous. And of those 22, the medical examiner has only released the cause of death for 6 of them. The medical examiner says of those 6, 4 of them drowned, 1 suffered a cardiac arrest, and another died by suicide. And also of those 6, 3 were accidental, 2 involved drugs, and another involved blunt force trauma, officials say. Elizabeth?
A lot of horrible coincidences there, Karen. And Governor Greg Abbott addressed public safety today in a press conference. What did he have to say?
Well, Elizabeth, Governor Abbott says overall crime is down in Houston, so that is the good news. But still, he's creating this new task force to specifically target repeat criminals, repeat offenders in the city of Houston. He did not relate this new task force to these bayou bodies, so those do not have anything to do with each other. But he's sending a flux of Homeland Security and state troopers to swarm some neighborhoods, he says. Abbott says President Trump does not currently have any plans to send the National Guard into Texas to deal with crime like the president has done in other cities like Memphis, Portland, and Chicago. Listen.
Most violent crimes in the Houston area are committed by repeat offenders. Today, we're putting those criminals on notice. We are coming for you. We're going to target you, arrest you, and put you where you belong, which is behind bars.
Now, Governor Abbott did not address questions, did not answer questions about whether this new task force, whether this increased law enforcement presence was.
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck is he talking about? I see what he's saying with that, but this is going all sideways. See what I mean? Man. I mean, come on, like, get on task. What are you talking about? So, again, that's a wrap up. That was a Texas bayou where the bodies are being found, but there's so many. So, what do y'all think about this? Oh man, they said some people drowned. They said some of them, they look like natural causes. Then it said natural cause and drowning. It's like, wait a minute now. What is it? Which is like, come on, which is it? What are you talking about? Sheesh. So they're counting all this year, which is 22. I'm focusing on the more recent ones because those seem to be back to back. They had footage of the young lady walking towards that area, and she was just walking. So nothing seemed suspicious. So at least from what we could see from the footage. I don't know if y'all saw that. I want to, is this it? Maybe not. All right. Well, I'm not going to take too long finding it. So, yeah, but she was just walking, looking regular. And I was just like, what the heck is going on? But yeah, that's a lot of what's going on. But hopefully also this can possibly get more celebrities involved. Not that it just has to be a celebrity, but sometimes you just need the finances and you need more attention drawn to things like this. But anyway, thanks for those that came through. I did see a new subscriber, I believe. Thanks for subscribing, hanging out and having open, honest dialogue. It is an open chat room. I just ask you to keep it respectful. And for the most part, y'all have done so. So I really appreciate that. And I appreciate y'all listening in. And I'll appreciate even more if you just, let's just care a little more as human beings and be aware of our surroundings. If we just do that more, I think that, a lot of us will be all right. Those that have hatred in their hearts, some of y'all have it, you're going to be going with it. So, you don't know what you're doing, I guess, because what you put out there in the universe, you get right on back. And then some sometimes. I'm Kiy NY7. I hope you guys all do have a good night or day or evening. Okay, almost 100 votes. I put a question in the chat. Do you feel most recent murders are hate-driven? 78% of y'all said yes. Only 22% said no. Okay, so y'all think that's how I feel too. Most of it's hate-driven. It's not, oh, I just snapped. Oh, something just happened. Oh, you just bumped into each other. We have those too, but these are planned out. Some of these are premeditated murders. It just is like the woman Robinson Anderson had killed her, and they went out, they hung out for a while, I think at a bar, they hung out again, and that we never saw her again. She was in pieces. So it's just the heinousness of certain crimes. I showed y'all some articles, where it just talks about, you saw what it said. There's a higher violence level with certain people, and some of it's related back to the psychology of the caveman. So is right there. I think sometimes too that it's a spiritual thing, that some of that stuff gets passed on generations because it's coming from somewhere. These monsters are, something's coming from somewhere, but we got to do something about it. All right, y'all protect yourselves, and peace and blessings. All right, I'm out. Thanks for coming through.
Kiy NY7. What? Sorry.
You know what? JoJo, what? JoJo, what? Somebody give me the light, give me light, give me light, give me light, what? Give me light, 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 light, light. Hey, 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 yeah. Light, light. Oh yeah. Light, light, yeah. Light, light. Oh yeah. Light, light. How do I get light?
Good deal. A romantic night in a Wienermobile. What?
Damn, what was that? Is that a fly? Damn. So, that's a moth. God damn it. Fuck out of here. Really, yeah. Fuck is it doing? Asking my black butt, am I okay? Is your white butt okay?
Sit your $5 ass down.
Lay your ass down! Go back to your rear. Sit down.
I know. Look at that white goat. Oh, they are so huge. Oh, look, there's a black one.
Because I'm black?